We now return to Let's Play Zeus. You may notice I have put down a little bit of road work around the city. I've decided to spend some time off camera planning out my next moves rather than spend 20 minutes an episode just kind of going back and forth, hemming and hawing about what I want to do. Medusa, thankfully, does not seem to be attacking the walls. And as you see, I've built up a road network connecting all the way over here, so now my city will have a couple throughways. This is going to be my new elite housing spiral. This will be where the stadium is moved. We'll have agoras on either side, and we'll just have them kind of do a line up one side and down the other. It is entirely possible, because I'm not planning on putting roadblocks here, that the agora people will get stuck in a loop here, but I'm hoping that given the two options of exit out of an agora, 50% of the time they'll actually go down where they need to go. I do realize now that this kind of throws a wrench in my idea for putting ranches out here, trying to keep them in sort of the agricultural areas of town. It's going to be affected by that. But we will have to make do. I did actually plan out this little pathway up here, and I do think that I can actually make some housing up here. Very minimal amounts of housing, but if I take this road and kind of connect into here and put a grand agora that way, it will allow me at least one elite housing structure up here, which is kind of what I wanted. So I'm probably looking at putting Perseus up here alongside a theater. And then we'll have a gymnasium, of course, and then a podium somewhere, and just a few houses. It's going to be overbuilding for the amount of structures that will be on the hill, but nonetheless, it will be that way. So let's go ahead and just finish off what I was kind of working on here. The pathway along the front end of the city that kind of connects to here and will eventually run into the gatehouse going this way. So there's going to be quite a bit of empty space now in the backside. That's okay. We'll use some of the trees just to visually block this off. The wall will probably run pretty much here, and then I don't know, I'll just toss tons of gardens along this or something, because there's going to be quite a bit of space. This road I'm going to be adding a boulevard to, so we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a thing here, and then so I don't know. I mean, I might just have huge amounts of beautification. I can always put structure, avenues, boulevards, something there to put it away. Also, I had decided that this is not a beautiful enough surroundings for the palace, and it actually is not. I need to pause this for a moment because it has destroyed my road structure. It would not have been appealing enough, and I still don't know if we're going to get Theseus, but it would not have been appealing enough around the hall for him to show up, picky as he is. So, we now need to kind of spread this out a little bit more, move the wall, and that's okay because it'll eat up a bunch of stuff that I had no plans for. Still have no plans really for here. I'm thinking that I can get another agora here and one other small housing block there. We're looking at 1, 2... Still on the fence about this one, so potentially 3, 4, that'll be 5, and then I'm going to have this big thing for, I don't know, 6 potential workers' houses, areas. I mean, I really probably could have condensed this down by making just one bigger one, and that's still an option. We can still rip this out of here and maybe redo this a little bit, although right now I'd still end up with 2, so I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Anyway, back to this thing. Let's put this out. Let's just do it all the way. Let's go to gatehouse at 3 away. Sure. I should have stayed right where I was because I need wall. And then we will put a tower here and here. And we'll just bend this road around like so. Okay. Next thing to do is to get rid of that. We'll let this run for a minute. Bring it back here, and I will go ahead and not put it in there just yet, because that's going to require me to have a walker so it doesn't collapse. But if I don't do that, then everyone else is going to lose their culture access. So I guess I'm going to have to do it one way or another. We'll just put it down now. We'll just put this one right, well, you know what, right here. Then that kind of forces him to come and at least walk right next to it. So obviously that's not going to go there, but it will do for now. And that's also something I need to consider as well, is that I need to make sure that my inspectors are probably at the end of the loop so that they come in and at least walk by this once or twice. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Okay, so we don't have a lot of people in town, and it's diminishing all the time. So let's go ahead and finish off. Well, I can do the beautification later. But what I really should do is put this in here, because we may or may not ever get Theseus. So we'll finish off what I've got going on here. And that is going to... you know what? I'm not even going to bother turning that into Boulevard. We'll just stretch Avenue along here. Oh, it won't work that way. It's got to be one or the other. Okay. I guess I will actually be turning this into Boulevard then. There we go. Okay. So that now gives me an option. Do I want to put Avenue here? Yeah, okay. We'll do Avenue along here just to kind of beautify that. That should give me enough appeal to slam this down. And now this has no purpose whatsoever, so let's go ahead and put in a nice big fish pond. Yeah, right there. And Corinthian column? Fine. Okay, so that should help whatever appeal issues were going on over here. I still don't know what we're going to do about this. Like I said, other than taking out another monument, again, I just don't think that's going to be enough to push, because it's very appealing, but it needs to be like most appealing. And we just had another crisis. It appears to be in this area. What doing? I guess food still. How's that? No? So what just happened there? These guys need more culture. This guy hasn't been walking by here enough. He's now walking this way instead of walking up that way. I see. So maybe I will just have to start putting gyms in everybody's above average for podiums, so I guess I could put a podium in here. That would at least guarantee that they get something. We'll also put in some more houses and start filling in this block, because I really do need to do that. These just built up because there is now somebody walking to here? I don't know exactly what caused that. Another thing I can do, let's put down a common agora. I guess I should probably do it this way, but maybe on this side. What is that, 5? So really, either way, I'm taking up a spot in that housing block. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter which, I guess. Although putting them on this side means that any appeal stuff that I put in the back here will help them a little bit more. So we'll do that. And of course we're going to need to put in a food vendor. Put that close as we can to that side. I'll put some houses around where I do not want this guy to go wandering off. If I did pull this back to, say, here, that's probably my best bet. But because it's unappealing, I'm going to bring him up here. So we'll be able to get a couple more houses on this side of things, and we will put some columns in the way. And we'll put a gazebo. Oh, actually, I could probably get something pretty big in there right now. like that. I feel like there's going to be a lot more of this stuff. We could, okay, well, fish pond after fish pond, it's kind of clashing, but it would take up a lot. It would eat up a lot of space right there. So we'll do that. Gift of olive oil, that's fantastic. We can never seem to keep the people coming in consistently enough. We always seem to be losing a large chunk of population. And now the diversion of the culture along the back way seems to have affected this structure. That's fine, I guess. We'll just keep this down at hovel level. I had not really fully intended for them to be much bigger. That's a thing. I need to watch what he's doing there now. Okay, they both make it. That's fine. Oh, yeah, I didn't put a water guy in there. Now the water guys are a little bit... Okay, good, they'll make the loop. They will make the loop. Can I go in here? I don't think I can. Paying tribute. Yeah, but I can't... I can't change their tribute type. Yeah, okay. Well, whatever. This now needs to be in here somewhere. I guess if I put it there, it will be on this road, but the walker will be in that loop. So that'll actually help out there. Not so much with the terrible appeal that that's going to create, but the alternative is not really here because I need this for a wall. I need to put the little bit of wall there so I recall that and don't make that mistake. In fact, let's just go ahead and pull this out because I think this is where this is going to line up. Would you... Oh, well, once Dingus McGee there stops trying to walk through my construction area. Well, okay. We'll just have a thing there because I don't want to make this... I've got a jaggy enough wall as it is. And I actually demolished part of the wall here so they could now access the back of those. I was really hoping they'd wander around this way, but that does not appear to be what they're doing. But I figured since we're already kind of doing that here with a single wall just to get to this side, we'll just do that and we'll just forget about it. In fact, you probably wouldn't have even noticed had I not pointed it out. Okay, so that's good to go there. Let's make sure we're getting a tax office in here. We can take flower garden, put a park in the back. That'll probably be good enough appeal for that. I do also want to finish off the wall structure for up here. We're going to have to probably reshape where the grove goes. Definitely going to have to put in more growers, but right now that's not where the issue even is. I do not need this many sculptures for definite, and in fact the crisis of population appears to have been because the Temple of Hermes was finished. We don't seem to be having that big of an issue anymore. We have 124 people. We can go back to selling sculpture to you guys, down to 12, thank you. Why did this go up to 15? I didn't have it set at 15 before, did I? Surely not. Well, whatever. Okay, let's go there. And we will dispatch that. Okay, this seems to be working out well. It's good. In fact, oh my goodness, this one, because of all the people passing by, this one's already fully evolved. I guess that's okay. Pythian Games. Time to put in another one here. And sure, we'll do another one there. We'll go ahead, slow this down just a little bit so it's not such a pain to watch.
Please let me fulfill an outstanding request.
Thank you very much. That may actually help me out even more than previously anticipated. Alright, that should be good there. Now, I could do a gymnasium there, even. That's probably going to do something to the appeal, however. See if they go off this way, but the walkers will go... The athletes is the whole point of this. So we'll do something like that. We will put a gazebo right there. Park it up. Cool. So now we at least have that going for us. What else? So I've got some food. Okay. So what I was thinking here, I can put some urchins out here, but I was thinking maybe only one urchin. Because then I could also put a trireme out there. The way this is going to go, I have access to a trading post for Smyrna, which will go right here. And I have access to a pier for Phoenicia, which will go right here. I'm not going to have access to any more until I conquer Knossos and Troy. Troy is probably going to be another land-based trading post, but Knossos may or may not even happen. If it does, I'm clearly not going to have enough room, but after all of that, it is going to leave me with basically 1, 2... convenient spots and a third for a trireme. The only other way I'd be able to do it is if I was building it along the shoreline out here, which is doable, but now it's going to also require a separate track for an inspector, which may come about sometime down the future. I didn't actually look to see. I bet you I could put a trading pier right here. I bet that would fit. Requires 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I totally could. Okay, and then I just have the walker walking right by it. Cool. Well, that does for me then. I'm fine with that. This needs a road or it's going to collapse, and therefore it's also going to need a road coming down for what will be the trireme. Let's put that into place. Not actually build it, but I want to see where it's going to go. Okay. So if I just bring this down, basically, it should connect, right? Nope, we're one over. Okay. And we will, of course, put in a bench at the long end of this area. Well, maybe we don't even want to do that. Just put some park along here. Or how about pull it back and we'll put some columns. There you go. So now that works. The walker... Have I confined the walker to just this area? No, he's split. So he's spending half his time going one way, half his time going the other. I think we'll be fine. It's not too far to walk either way. And we seem to be full on delivery for granary, which is exactly how this was supposed to work. This right here is just more efficient than the pass it along thing, which is kind of disappointing, but well, what are you going to do? So, what are we doing here? We're good to go with... We definitely need some better appeal. We're good to go with this. This is no longer serving a purpose. It's no longer part of a loop, so it's not really helping me do much of anything. 61 people, so we still need more. Let's just go ahead and fill in this side, which is not going to fully fill. That's okay. I could, I guess, maybe take one of those and put it here, so it's part of this loop. We've already got an actor coming by here anyway, right? Let's see, we got philosophers, got athletes, we got actors on that side, and competitors there. So, I mean, they're getting hit every which way anyhow. Putting a building in here might be okay, and then I can pull this back for whatever. So let's just do that. That is going to completely remove the good grief, the culture from this. We've got a podium there, so I'm actually going to need something else, and we may as well just make it a gym. Again, with this we have got very good coverage of gyms and podiums, but that's not perfect. In fact, we're now at not bad. That's how bad this really is. So I can't put it here because then that's going to... It would make the walker appear there, which is a little bit disappointing. We should probably come in the back way, and let's just put in some garden all along the back way. And we do need something for the appeal situation out here, so I would say we do an athlete. But I guess I just need to consider what I'm doing here. So I've got that. I need a secondary one for sure. So we could put a gym on this side. And that would eat up just 1, 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2. So I wouldn't actually be able to use that. If I offset 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2... Yeah, either way, I'm not really maximizing this at all. I'm not going to be able to have everything. We'll just put the gym over here then. We'll put it there, and I will do, I guess, just garden along the back way. So that's now going to create that, which means now I'll put an athlete monument right here, giving me access to 2 more homes, which we'll go ahead and fill in. How about with some ionic columns? Okay. Let that run for a minute. So really, if I just bend the wall around, where the hell are walls? See, I could bring it out for a little bit, but there's really actually no reason to do that. So if I bring this wall down, alright. So I see now where I have to go. I need to actually bring it out just 1. And then that will line up there. Okay. So that the only problem with doing this is that it is not attached to a wall or a road. The road is not attached to the wall, so I won't be able to put towers out here unless I put a shortcut one out the backside. But it's not really a shortcut because where would it go? It wouldn't go anywhere. Well, let's just go ahead and finish this part. If I put that there, that leaves me with 3. That's probably okay. Especially since this is going to be the, yeah. I mean, I could just have a dead-end road coming along here for the sake of it. Not really sure the purpose other than just aesthetics. Kinda like that one there to make a tower here. Tribute paid, tribute paid. Okay. This one little household out here. Just hanging out. Let me look at this again. Gyms and podiums. So we're average on theaters. So we don't even really worry too much about this now. That's not such a issue. These guys should have... Okay. Well, that is just going to be a major issue anyway because I cannot access it. I've now left myself too little of space. Oh, good grief. This is lined up. I was thinking of maybe offsetting this somehow with a garden, but it's going to take away... Well, you know what? We can do... Let's do some columns in here. In fact, if we're going to do that, let's make it go all the way. And then I will take a park. 1, 2, 1, 2. So let's take this one. Maybe I should have moved it over 1. I still don't think that's going to be enough to change the appeal of this. This is actually pretty bad, just because of the infirmary, looks like. Let me take one more over. It's going to have to actually be two over to put this back in. Still doesn't look like it's enough. The houses themselves, I think, do generate or radiate appeal based upon how good they look. But I don't really want to build these ones up much higher. So I think we'll just leave that. 181 people with 4 to move in. Okay. Let's come back over here, see how we're doing here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I want more, that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, space, 2, 3, 4, 5, space, 1, 2, 3, 4. With a space, and then we really don't actually need something else here. They need horses to evolve. Culture, what are they getting for culture? Competitors are walking through, actors are walking through, athletes, they're not getting philosophers, but that is an easy fix. Because all we have to do there is plug in just one little unit. Okay, let's do completion of wall around here. So really, I could create, say, let's put Corinthian columns along here. We'll go ahead and pop one of those down, pop one of those down, and then now is where we have to start tree cutting. Put one of those down. Then we will come in here with some park. Right up the backside. And so this ultimately is where the wall is going to have to go. So it's going to clear out quite a bit. Unless and I could keep some tree in there. Because I mean, this would be a great spot for another short little bit of housing. Needless, really, but it would still work. Of course, we need to start doing a little bit of offsetting with like a bench and like little strip of Corinthian column to bookend it. Sure. Okay. So now that's fine, and I guess I can put in culture, podium. Thank you. Podium. Should we do it here? So 1, 2. Okay, so I could even put in a couple homes still. These have not built up. Why? Water. That is why. They do not have water. So I guess we get rid of that to put in water. Which would mean that I would have access to one water and one little house. That's the whole reason I'd be doing that. That's not entirely necessary, I don't think. We can find something else to do on this. How's the appeal? A fish pond would be okay. We've got tons of these monuments yet. I have put quite a few monuments out here, too. Fish pond would still leave me with a very awkward little onesie thing going on. Let's just put a happiness monument out here or something. We'll put a flower garden here. Just put regular garden back in here. That's not at all what I meant to do. Okay. So now we can maybe contour that wall a little bit so it's not as devastating. We'll take this, put it like so, pull that back, take out 2 rows there, get this wall coming around like so, and it appears that there's a little bit more forest to take out in a very difficult to spot area. Must be right there. Nemean games. Awful lot of games going on. Oh, I guess there's even more 2D forest. There's really no good way to get an angle on visualizing that. I guess right there. What the hell? There you go. Okay, well, I mean, I suppose once again we're just going to do something like this to enable us to have a tower out here. We don't need to have towers on the inside. They will all be surrounding and protecting here. And once again, looking at this now, thinking about the heroes' halls, I need Achilles to come. Oh no, my competitors turn to stone. How can we win the games now? This is also a bad deal, what's going on right here, because for some reason they are now considering that this is a faster way to get there than this inner pathway, which puts them all right in line to be turned to stone. So it's entirely possible that a lot of my people... It appears to really only be these guys, though. And she's not attacking the traders. Okay, well, whatever. While she's kind of wandering off there, I think that's time to clear this up and put down the hall and anticipate where I'm going to put down the theater and all the other goodies that I'm going to do to eventually decorate Perseus's hill. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where we need to be right next. This is good. This is good. We just need horses. That's really all they're talking about. They need horses. These ones will not evolve, but these need horses because this is actually working where the athlete is now walking through and they're getting access to it. So I could even have one more, but I don't think we're going to do that. I could have a horse ranch just hanging out on this side of town where this one alone will be able to get it. I don't know yet. I haven't really decided. I suppose the horse ranch will probably be there, but that's probably still going to be way too far. So I have no idea where the horse ranch is going to go. No. I don't think they will actually fit. Nope. Okay, well that could be a little bit of a dilemma, but a dilemma for another time. I'm going to end this one here. I will see you next time.